it's Montanae, your favorite Chicago and Atlanta realtor. And if I'm not already your favorite, trust me, I'm going to be your favorite after I share this information with you. So if you watched my video from yesterday, then you know that there is a new loan out there created specifically for Black people to help close the home ownership gap. This loan is a part of the SPCP, which means that it's a part of a special purpose credit program, and it's called the Closing Gap loan. With this new home loan, Black people will be able to purchase a home with 1% down. Y'all, with interest rates steady climbing, you really got to put down like 6% right now to be able to purchase. So this is huge. And listen to this, y'all. Not only are you able to purchase with only 1% down, but they're also going to pay your appraisal for you.
What up? This is Mike the Philosopher, along with special guest Sean B is in the building. And today's topic is we're going to, kind of mix it up, give you a bit of a jambalaya of topics, so to speak, give you a mixed bag of things. One of the things that I noticed, Sean, is that there's a program out for the banks to help African Americans get ownership. Do you know about that?
Yes, I heard a little bit about that. I don't know if our listeners follow the channel.
I think you're talking about the channel of Earn Your Leisure, right?
Yeah, Matt Garland spoke on the fact that Bank of America has created a program for, I want to say it's 10 different cities, states maybe, but it's select locations. Bank of America is willing to provide grants to African American aspiring homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
And this grant will give them, I think, it will also cover their closing costs. So, long story short, that home buying process will be a lot easier when it comes to people who aspire to be a homeowner.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I'm not sure what happened to your picture or your camera, man. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, I heard about this program, and it was very dope. I did like the program. It sounds like a program that make it a little easier for African Americans to buy homes. And I know there's some programs that have no money down. I know there's other programs that have 1% down. I know that there are many different programs coming out, and I would advise everybody to take advantage of this who's in a proper position to do so. From what I understand, you need at least a credit score of 620 in order to get it done. Is that correct? Yeah, a credit score of 620, and for that particular program, it was credit score of 620 and 1% down. If you buy, I guess $300,000-$500,000 house, all you got to do is come up with $5,000. I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable, and I think that that's very doable. So, and I honestly, that home ownership will help the community, not just the Black community, but the government too, because then there's more people they can collect property taxes from.
Exactly.
It's a win-win situation. They're going to have to get something out of it, and the circulation of money will continue instead of just going to pretty much the 1% who practically owns, most of the real estate in this country. I wouldn't say it's 1% that own real estate, but it's a lot of people who own a lot of land, and we spread that out a little bit, spread the wealth, so to speak. So I've been looking into this too, and I think it's a great program. And all you got to do is get your credit score at least 620, and do whatever you got to do to get your credit score up. If it's not at that number,
I have for this program.
What's
the
that?
only question that I have? I said the only question that I have for this program is, what kind of interest rates are they locking people in at?
That is a great question. That is a great question, Sean, because what I don't want to happen is people to get this deal and get a horrible interest rate. And then what happens, because this can be considered predatory too, right? If the interest rates is not fair market, I guess you could say, then it's not a good deal. It's not a good deal, because what's going to end up happening, and I think that this has been done before. I'm not going to say no companies or anything, or even the government for that matter, but what they did was they allowed minorities to get homes. They financed them. They said, we don't have anything to lose out of this. Well, what if they lose their job? So what? We just foreclose on the property. We take it back and we resell it. And, we just recycling money. We make money whether they can take care of their house or not. It's not gonna hurt us in any way. So they can be predatory when they start thinking like that. So they don't mind giving out high interest rates because they know, and they don't mind giving out balloon payments or adjustable mortgages. So people have to be leery of adjustable mortgage rates too. So how that interest rate is and the terms of it is very important. I don't even think it's really legal to do adjustable mortgages anymore, but because that is a recipe for disaster, and it just ends up you end up losing your property when the interest rates fluctuate. Go ahead, Sean.
So similar to a car, can you refinance the house?
Yeah, you could refinance a house. I refinanced my house when I had that house in back home, but people do that all the time. Sometimes they'll take that extra money or that equity, and then they'll buy another property with it, and then you just keep recycling, rinse and repeat. Do that, build the equity back up, take that out and buy another property, take it out, and just keep rinsing and repeating with that. But yeah, you could refinance a house, so yeah.
I guess if you did get locked in at, let's just say, some astronomical number, 20%, right? Let's just say you did get locked in.
They're not going to do that for a house. They're not going to do that for a house.
No, I know. I'm just throwing a hypothetical worst situation out there, right? So a person who's coming from, let's just say, a impoverished area, you know what I mean? They can go ahead and be like, yo, I just bought this $300,000 home. Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, these programs do restrict you to specific areas. So I don't know if you would find no $300,000 home in the areas that they're speaking on. But if so, let's just say hypothetically you get locked in at a higher interest rate, you could go ahead, refinance that and get a lower interest rate if you choose to live there. Or you can go ahead and potentially just sell it. If you meet the terms, let's just say they say you got to live there for, I think it's, 2 years or something like that when you get the first time home buyers program, right? Let's just say they have that stipulation. Once you meet the terms, you just went from, basically nothing to up 300,000 because you just sold this property, or the difference between the equity and what they, you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is it's a way, if you do it right, to come up real quick, because you can be in a property quicker than you would have if you had to save the down payment, if you would have had to save for closing costs and other things like that. I am a little nervous about the interest rate, but I'm also thinking about the ways around it as well. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if this program only applies to single family homes, but same token, you could buy, a duplex or any multi-family structure where the mortgage that you're locked in for, you can have a tenant paying, at least a good portion of it, to where it's easier on you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking of the different ways that you could actually make this work.
Yeah, you're thinking of the different ways to make it work. I would say, really, it just should be about getting home ownership. There are different ways that you can do it. You can get investment properties. You can get your own personal home. You can get a second home if you already have a home. I don't. That's another thing. I don't know if this is just for first-time buyers or if it's just for just minorities in general who want to buy a home, and they're all eligible. I'd be interested to know that too. Do you have to be a non-homeowner in order to get this type of deal? So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered about that, but I still say take advantage of it if that's the opportunity out there, and get home ownership by all means necessary if you don't have it, and if that means building up your credit and saving for that down payment. I say you do that, even if you have to borrow from your 401k, because you got to figure that money is going to be, you're buying an asset, so that money is going to be you're going to have home ownership, and you're going to get equity out of that home anyway. So if you have to borrow it out of your 401k or whatever other means that you have, it wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea to do that, especially if you only have to come up with 1%, so I'm not saying take out the whole 401k, just take out what you need. So if you got a $300,000 house you're looking at, and you don't have the money, go into the 401k, get 3,000, and leave the rest of it in there and do the closing on it. So it's not really good idea to really go into your 401k at all, for the record, and I know that, but you're talking about buying an asset that could be worth double what it is in just a matter of 10 years or so. So I think it's worth the risk if that's the case. Let
me ask you this. How does this sound, right? What if a person were to pull the money, like let's just say they did like a cash advance off their credit card?
A cash advance off their credit card?
Yeah. You think that would be a smart idea?
For a down payment? I probably would say not for a down payment, because you gotta pay interest on that. You gotta pay interest on that credit card, and you're gonna find yourself paying the mortgage and paying this high interest on this credit card. So you're gonna kind of put yourself in double debt. You should have money that you don't have to pay back. You should already have the money, is what I'm saying. in a savings or in a 401k or in a, Roth IRA, mutual fund, stock, pull out some stocks if you need to, or win the lottery. That helps, but you should not have to borrow that down payment money. That's kind of hustling backwards, really, in my opinion.
I got you.
Yeah,
what if your idea was to do a fix and flip? So you go to them, you say, hey,
yeah,
there's a couple ways to make this work.
a fix and flip or flip. Yeah, I can see it being done that way, because you're not going to have to pay much interest, because you're going to get that money back right away, right? But to qualify for some of these programs, I'm thinking you have to live in the house for a while. I don't think they're going to let you get houses to invest in. I think they want you to actually get a home to live in. You know what I mean? Because there's becoming a shortage of homes, and they want to get people in homes. They need that property tax. These apartment developers are pretty much taking over. So they like, look, we need more homeowners to be, own homes, so that we can collect property taxes and stuff from them. So I think that's the route that they're trying to go, and they need that money even out of the minority neighborhoods. They need that property tax money. So yeah, look, if it benefits everybody, it benefits everybody. They get what they want with property taxes. We get what we want with home ownership. Let's make the deal. That's how I look at it. So, yeah.
So you like this program? I like the program. I'm gonna have to go talk to them and see what's up. Like, really get the ins and outs.
Well, yeah, and I would advise everybody watching, go to Earn Your Leisure and check some of that out. You could probably even Google it and see where these programs are and what banks have them, and the terms and conditions. You do need to check the interest rates on that. You do need to check to see if this is for first-time homeowner buyers. You do need to check, a lot, if it's what type of rate is it? Is it fixed? Is it adjustable? You need to check all of that stuff. So do your due diligence and go look at some of those programs and become a homeowner for real.
Word up.
All right. Well, yeah. Dope topic, Sean. Thanks for joining me on this one, man. Everybody hit the like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.